Hello and welcome back to Focus Atlanta. Again, I am your host, Keisha Lanslin. Thanks so much for continuing to watch. In this segment, we're going to talk a little bit about stretching the dollar. I'm here with Jamila Safrant.
Hi, Keisha. Thank you for having me.
Thanks so much for making time for us here in Atlanta. Okay, it's the time of the year. We're spending all of the money, Jamila. How can we make sure that we're getting, a good value for what we're spending?
Right. So we want to make sure that we are shopping based on what we actually want to experience, not just products, and getting more value-based shopping done. Right. And so that might look like travel. It may look as simple as subscription, saving money, and using rewards. So credit card rewards points so that you can spend money, but then also save money also while enjoying the things that you want to spend on.
I think that so often we forget that experiences are almost a better gift in a lot of times. We're so often thinking about what we're putting under the tree, but experiences could be a good way.
Yeah, for sure. And so that's going to look like different things. And I guess I want to always go back to how do we save money while spending on these experiences and gifts? So looking at rewards programs that actually help save you money are really important, especially on just everyday spending. So there is the gift giving portion of that and also just spending for yourself. So if you're someone who likes to travel, looking for a rewards program that gives you points back or cash back on traveling, Visa T-Mobile Visa helps you do that. They give you up to 50% up to select hotels and 2% cash back on all purchases. So there you can spend money that you would normally spend, but then also save it also.
When we talk about, getting something back during this season, how do we look for those type, is that always a credit card opportunity? Like what ways can we make sure that we're getting the most value?
Right. So when it does come to the rewards and the credit card points, you want to actually shop and use a rewards program that makes sense for you. You want something that's transparent. So something that is not going to have complicated jargon, not going to have something where you can't understand, no hidden fees, right? You want to understand what you're getting into. Then you want to also make sure that it's simple to understand and use, which is why the 2% cash back on all purchases are great with the T-Mobile Visa versus some other cards that maybe are not like that. And then also where it's relevant, right? It's most important to be relevant to your spending. So if you are someone who likes to travel, right, likes to go out of town, right, and do those things, you want to make sure you're having a rewards card that can benefit you, and then also just benefits you on everyday purchases like grocery shopping, right, streaming services, all those things you can get cash back for.
I'm so glad that you mentioned that because again, I think that sometimes we forget about the everyday purchases. Going out to dinner, we might be able to get a few perks for that. Going grocery shopping, we might be able to get a few perks for that.
Right, you might as well. You're going to spend this money anyway, so why not get rewarded and have your money stretched further for you, especially in this economy.
Speaking of this economy, are there any tips for, like you said, making the dollar stretch a little bit? It's rough times out here for a lot of us.
It is. And so, especially around this holiday season, you want to make sure that you are shopping with intention. That means making a list and setting a budget and spending limits on that list. So, prioritizing who it is that you're shopping for, what it is that you need, and sticking to it. So, the key is to stick to it. So, you make that list, but then you go back to it and you see what you've been spending on and how much you have left to spend on. And then using those rewards points so that you are saving money and having that dollar stretched longer.
Thank you so much for coming on Focus Atlanta and sharing all this information with us. It was a pleasure to meet you.
Thank you so much for having me.
Absolutely. All right. When you don't have Jamila with you, you also have a website because sometimes you need a little help to make sure that we're spending in a way that's, going to make our dollars stretch. Thanks, guys, for tuning in to this segment of Focus Atlanta. We'll be right back with more.